So for the month of August, we're going to update the reptile room, so stick around. My name is Nick Pulaski. Growing up, I have always had a passion for wildlife, and with that passion, along with my passion of filmmaking, I get taken on some amazing adventures creating wildlife content, getting up close with a variety of incredible animals. So come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty in our natural world. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me here today. You know, recently I've been lucking out, and actually a lot of my snakes have been shedding out right around the same time that I'm filming, so it's perfect timing to show them off. And I haven't shown off these guys in a while, and this is one of the 4 females that I actually raised up and produced myself a couple years ago. And this is one of the 4. This is the black pastel 100% het for albino pied, and this is probably one of my favorite ones, so I pulled this one out just to show. All of them ironically shed out, but this one I always love to pull out because of how cool the patterning on this one is. Now the reason I love the snake is when you look at the snake, you might also think this must be a really low white pied, and that's just simply not the case. I mean, you can see that this is a true black pastel pattern on here. It doesn't show that pied patterning on here in the mix whatsoever, but you have that really unique looking ringer right here, which shows a little bit of white, kind of like a pied right here. And then you see the break-in patterning over here. It's really cool to see those kind of things. And normally when you produce something that's 100% het pied, you're going to see 1 of 2 indicators normally on average. One being a ringer, and this one really stands out compared to most I've seen. And it's a really nice one on both sides. As you can see, it's a fully rounded ringer on there, and that's just a break in the patterning right there, which is a nice indicator. Some other genes also put ringers into things as well too, so don't think it's just a het pied thing as well. But another really cool thing as well is the clean bellies on here without any pattern on them, with black track marks on the sides. This one doesn't necessarily show too much of the black track marks, but some other patternings and morphs will. But the indicator really on this one is the huge ringer on this girl right here. These girls definitely are not up to size right now. I've been raising these girls slow, but they are eating fine. They are fantastic eaters, that's for sure. They are on small rats right now, and I just love these girls. They're really cool. Let me pull out one more so you can kind of see in comparison to this girl right here. And here's another one of the girls right here. So this girl right here is another one of the black pastel 100% het for albino and pied. So as you can see, looks great as well. These girls are pretty similar in size. This girl's probably a little bit bigger than this girl right here. You can see still that same look with this girl, still that black pastel patterning. Beautiful. I love black pastel. It's a beautiful dark gene for sure. But when we compare both of these guys side by side in their tails, this girl still shows a ringer and that break-in patterning just slightly, but it's not as true and big as this girl right here, which was incredible to see right when it came out of the egg. I was so impressed by it. I literally opened the egg and I was like, wow, this thing is incredible. So I was really excited for it to pop out as it was moving around in the egg. But yeah, I mean, these girls all came out really nice and looking fresh right now, even out of shed right now. They're looking beautiful. But yeah, I mean, this girl definitely does not show the same amount of ringer as the other girl does. And I mean, she has this beautiful bold stripe kind of going down 1/3 of her body right now, and it doesn't even break by the ringer. So that's actually pretty cool to me. I love the variation with these guys. These guys are really cool despite just being black pastels. These guys have some really cool variation with the ringers that are involved with these girls. Really cool to see. It's just something I geek out about, and it's something I'm really cool to see, and I love seeing these girls. And I'm so excited to raise these girls up a little bit more. Probably not going to be able to go this coming season, but definitely for next season for sure that these girls are going to go, and I'm so excited to see the combinations that when I put these girls with my albino pied male, what we get out of these girls. It's going to be a really cool amount of variation. So I'm super stoked about that, that's for sure. It's a really cool project that's in the works. Now, since these girls are not true visual recessives, we are not going to hit 100% on albino pieds, but because the male is albino pied, we definitely have a good shot at hitting a better amount of albino pieds, especially with 4 females. I mean, the odds gods really have to be not in our favor for us to not hit at least 1 in all of the clutches that we're going to be producing with these girls right here. So really excited for you mamas to grow up and meet your new boyfriend, that's for sure. And these girls right here, there's a reason I held back all the females last time, is because I love this project for sure. I got into it so many years ago, didn't didn't really do anything with it because I just didn't have the capacity at the time to breed or do anything with it. So it kind of was shelved, and a lot of other people were producing a black pastel albino pieds. It was actually before any of them were actually produced that I was thinking about, I really want to get into this project, funny enough. So this was like in the early 2010s that I was getting into this project. So I invested into the female, which is Alice, and I was like, I really want to get into this project, but I just didn't have the means to get into breeding at the time. So it just wasn't in the cards. That's okay. We're not trying to race for world's first or anything like that. We're just trying to produce some really cool animals at the end of the day. And it's all really things that I want to see and produce as well too. So we'll definitely be holding back a couple when these girls produce, and it's going to be hard not to keep them all back, that's for sure. But yeah, these are the black pastel 100% albino pieds. Super stoked to get these girls raised up even more, and I'll give you guys some more updates as they get bigger. So since we didn't produce anything this year, it kind of gave me a whole bunch of time to really think and sit down and really see how I want to retool the reptile room, retool enclosures, retool how I do things. And that's something that is really, really crucial, and I recommend for everyone to always sit down, reevaluate things, because there's always ways that we all can improve. I mean, from the smallest of things to the largest of things. That's what we should always be doing. And honestly, it makes reptile keeping fun at the end of the day. I mean, any kind of hobby or anything that you work for and do, if you're not reevaluating and retooling things and always trying to improve things, everything just kind of gets static for a while, and you just kind of get into a flow of things where nothing really changes ever, and there's no real improvements to yourself, to the things that you're doing or anything like that. And especially when we're keeping animals, we should always be improving what we're doing at the end of the day. But the recent improvements that I did with these arboreal enclosures, as you can see, I'm going to show you the empty enclosure right now. We didn't let Johnny get in here yet because I'm actually going to be using this enclosure right now as a little bit of a greenhouse right now. So that's what we're exactly doing right now. It's a little bit dry in there. The moss you can see is a little bit dry. That's totally fine right now. We're actually going to get a Mist King system installed here soon that I don't have to worry about watering these plants myself. I love automated systems in the reptile room, and that's what we're going to be implementing in here. So that's going to be great. And the snakes will love it too. It'll mimic some rain in there and some nice mist in there, and it's going to water the plants down themselves. And it's going to be nice because that'll kick on about 2-3 times a day, water the plants, make everything nice and humid in there. It's going to be great. So I love them, and the enclosures are so cool. It's so cool to see because Ozzy will come out at certain parts of the day, normally later at night, because he is a nocturnal species, so they will come out and show themselves a little bit later at night. Johnny, he stays out basically practically all the time now, which is awesome. So I love seeing him constantly out. His confidence has definitely grown, and he loves to blend in with his environment, which is really, really cool. And I can only imagine once we get more plants in there for him, that's when it's going to really pop in there for him. So I'm super stoked about that. But yeah, we have this greenhouse growing right now. So I have a whole bunch of pothos that I just got clipped from my buddy Mike over at Rainforest Junkie. So thank you again, Mike. I just kind of have it going in water right now, going to let it root in there, and then as it's going to mature and grow and do its thing, that's when we're going to start sending it out and putting it in all these different enclosures. So not just for these enclosures, but other enclosures down the line. So this is basically going to be the mother plant for a lot of plants to come. And maybe I'll propagate enough at the end of the day that maybe I'll sell a few trimmings here and there. So that'll be something really cool at reptile shows as well. But otherwise though, guys, everyone is doing fantastic in the reptile room, that's for sure. It's so exciting coming in this room and seeing the changes being made from even a year ago to what's to come in this coming winter season as well. I have a whole bunch of changes lined up for sure. Super stoked about that. But also too, all the animals are doing fantastic, and I wanted to update you guys on some animals I haven't shown off in a while, which are these two little rascals right here. So the leopard tortoises are doing phenomenal as well too. They are growing like weeds. I'm actually trying to start growing cactus pads for all the tortoises as well too. So these guys will love to munch on those down the line, and hopefully we can propagate it enough down the line. It's going to take years and years for sure, but hopefully we can get a few cactus plants growing to a nice amount so we constantly have cactus all year round. Definitely getting heavier, that's for sure as well too. I've been noticing a lot of weight change in these guys, especially recently. These guys have definitely been getting some more rapid growth even more recently. So it's definitely not crazy growth where they're overgrowing at a rapid rate, but it's definitely not at a slow rate as well too. So these guys are growing just at the right speed, I would say personally, and they have some beautiful coloration that I'm so excited that changes as they get older. I've seen so many leopard tortoises change in coloration in their shells as time goes on. So I'm really excited to see how these guys keep growing and developing as well too. And we may be getting some more leopard tortoises down the line. I'm not opposed to it. It's just like redfoot tortoises, you know, I'm on a tortoise kick. At least not until we move into a bigger room, and then we're going to make some really cool enclosures for the inhabitants that we have already in this reptile room. So I'm super stoked about that. We're going to have some really cool projects. You definitely want to subscribe and stay tuned to those as well. But yeah, guys, there's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments how your reptiles are doing. I would love to hear it. As well as if you guys also have any video suggestions, I would love to hear some of your video suggestions that you guys might have. I have some of your video suggestions noted that you guys have said in the past. Certain videos I'm holding off because there are some other things in the works that may help with those videos as well too, so I'm just kind of using those as backfile videos and backlogging those ideas for later dates. But yeah, if you guys have any new fresh ideas, definitely leave those in the comments below. I would love to hear those. Definitely excited to see what you guys come up with down in the comments, so definitely leave those down below. Thank you guys so much again for watching. If you guys could do me a few favors, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. It helps the channel tremendously when you do those types of things, so thank you guys so much for doing those things and supporting me. If you guys could also definitely check me out on my social media as well too. I will be posting there a whole bunch shortly here, so we have some really cool content in the works over there, so definitely check me out there. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and until next week, we will see you guys soon. Take care.